Hey folks, CharlotteLivingforHealth.com, and today I want to talk to you about something I am so passionate about, and that is sharing some of the basic skills about CPR. I love to help people keep their minds refreshed on it so that if we ever, God forbid, find ourselves in a scary situation, hopefully we never will, but the more we keep our skills refreshed, the better chance we have at responding in a way that we might want to. Now, typically when I teach this, it takes me about 3 hours to do it. We're going to condense all that. We're going to do it in about 5 minutes. And again, I just want to give some of the basics to help refresh. Now, this is something you could certainly do on your own. Google it, get a book, take a class, anything to help keep yourself refreshed and have you feel good about being prepared should something scary happen. So I'm going to go into some of the basics with our friend here, Sam the Mannequin, and we're going to demo that right now. So the very first thing that we want to look at is chest compressions. There's an acronym that is now called CAB. 15 plus years ago, it was ABC. There's an organization that every 5 years reviews studies for the last, and statistics of the last 5 years. They tweak their guidelines, and in the last about 15 years now, it's been CAB, which means we are starting with chest compressions. Those are the 3 aspects we're going to review in the next 5 minutes right now. Chest compressions, airway, breathing. Chest compressions are the most important aspect of it to start with. So we want to start with those chest compressions, and I want to give you just a few tips here. So for one, when you're doing a chest compression, the placement of where your palm goes is very important. That goes right on the breastbone or right on the nipple line for adults. So we're going to put our palm right on that spot here, interlace the fingers, and here's the first important tip: arms stay straight. When we're doing a chest compression, it's with upper body strength. It's not with our arms. And that brings us to tip number 2, push hard, push fast. If you're bending at your elbows, it's going to be very difficult to push hard. We want to keep it straight. We want to use our upper body strength and go directly over the victim here. Push hard and push fast. Now, when I teach these classes, a lot of people know off the top of their head that the number of compressions is 30. So if you were thinking 30, you were correct. When you're in the moment, you don't necessarily want to think of the depth and the speed. So really, to keep it easy, we try and emphasize push hard, push fast. If you say the word "and" in between compressions, I find that very helpful. With a 1 and 2 and 3, you will want to count out loud. So the 2 tips that I want to give for chest compressions: push hard, push fast, straight arms. Push hard, push fast, straight arms. So I'm going to demo this in just a minute when we put it all together here. So there's your chest compressions. So it's push hard, push fast, chest compressions. Everything needs to be done in a very timely manner. The next is to open the airway. And the reason why this is such an important aspect and part of that acronym, CAB, obviously is because we want to get the air in there. So when we perform any kind of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, we need to get our oxygen in there. To do that, we have to make sure the airway is open. With that, it's very important to lift the chin on the bony part of the chin. So I'm going to take one hand to lift the chin, the other hand goes on the forehead, and we bring that head back. Ideally, what that does is opens up the throat, removes the tongue from possibly blocking the throat. So our chest compressions, we're going to do 30 of those. Push hard, push fast, straight arms. We're going to open up the airway. And then the next step is to breathe. A lot of people do remember that it's 2 breaths. So it's 30 compressions, push hard, push fast, straight arms, open the airway, and then we're going to give 2 breaths. We want to make sure that the mouth is fully sealed when we give those 2 breaths. And then it's really important to know that it's 2 regular breaths. Their heart is not beating, and they're not breathing on their own. We are beating their heart for them so that we get that oxygenated blood moving around their body, and more specifically to the brain there as well. We're also breathing for them. So we're going to give them 2 regular breaths. And it's very important to remember to pinch that nose. If you're not using a mask and you're giving mouth to mouth, once we open that airway, we pinch the nose and we give 2 breaths. So it's 1, take a half-second pause, breathe again, and go right back to the chest compressions. So let's do a quick review. How many chest compressions? I know you said 30. 30 chest compressions, quality chest compressions, push hard, push fast. We want to do a depth of at least 2 inches for an adult. That's not something that you're going to think of. Push hard, push fast, use your upper body, straight arms, open the airway, 2 breaths, and you get right back to it. Ideally, you want to have more than 1 person. It is a tiring process here. So this is what it looks like. I'm not going to do the full 30, but I'm going to keep my arms straight, one hand on top of the other, interlace my fingers right on the breastbone, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. So that's about the pace that we want to do. I would open the airway, I lift the chin, bring the head back, pinch the nose, give a breath, give another breath, and go right back to the chest compressions. So again, it's CAB, chest compressions. We always want to start with that. Open the airway, give 2 breaths, and repeat. And what we're doing is keeping these people alive as long as we can until the medical professionals can get there. So I hope this was helpful. I certainly welcome you to reach out anytime if you want to reach out privately or even leave a comment with any questions or maybe a story that you have. I love to hear of any experiences that you've gone through. So this is Cheryl, Living for Health. I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching.